My books feature a detective called Captain Sam Wyndham, who is a survivor of the First World War, at the end of which he's lost most of his friends, and his wife also dies in the influenza outbreak. And so he finds himself in Calcutta because it's slightly preferable to suicide. And he finds himself teamed up with an Indian sergeant called Surendranath Banerjee, who obviously, has too many syllables in his first name, and the British can't pronounce it, so they call him Surendranath. And essentially they are looking at the period of Indian history between the Great War and Indian independence, but there'll be a lot of murders along the way. I've always been fascinated by crime novels which put a good man upholding a system he doesn't believe in. So I'm a great fan of Philip Kerr's Bernie Gunther novels or Martin Cruz-Smith's Arkady Renko books. And I just thought it'd be really nice to see how a British officer would deal with that sort of situation. That's a good question. I think it's a fascinating period in our history, both in sort of Indian history and British history, which I think we have a tendency to brush under the carpet. I remember at school learning more about German history in that period than I did about British history. And I think Indians also view that history through a very sort of romantic prism. And I really wanted to find out the truth about that period, and I wanted to do it through the eyes of these two individuals, Sam and Surendranath. My latest book is coming out next year called Smoke and Ashes, and it's set in 1921. 1921 was a very interesting year in terms of the British Raj. It was the year that Gandhi started his first real non-cooperation movement. It was almost like a general strike, or the miners' strike, which took place here in the 80s. It went on for a whole year, at the end of which Gandhi said, if you give me non-cooperation, non-violent non-cooperation for a year, I will give you independence. So it was a very tense period, and the book is set the week leading up to Christmas, where you had all of these Indians out on strike, and the British government decided to send the Prince of Wales to India in that week. So it's a very tense period, and amidst that there's a series of murders that takes place, and Sam is the only one who's aware of a connection. I'm not going to say more than that on it.